This call is now being recorded.
Okay, unit number 3 is multiple access techniques in wireless communication. What is multiple access? The multiple access is nothing, multi is nothing but many. Multi is nothing but what? Many. They are going to access many number of users using the different techniques. Which are the different techniques? We are using wireless communication. The technique used in wireless communication is one is FDMA, that is frequency division multiple access. Second is TDMA, that is time division multiple access. Third is CDMA, that is code division multiple access. And next is OFDMA, that is orthogonal frequency division multiple access. And one more technique we are using, that is multiple input, multiple output. These are the different multiple access techniques we are using for the communication purposes, that is a wireless, not a wired. The syllabus contents, it is only the less contents are there in this unit. First content is frequency division multiple access. Frequency division multiple access. What is the meaning of this frequency division? The frequency division is nothing but what? You have to divide the frequency. You have to divide the frequency instead of time, instead of code. We are going to divide only the frequency band. We are going to allocate a specific frequency band to the individual user. We are going to allocate a particular fixed frequency band to the particular user instead of time and code. That is what the function of frequency division multiple access. Second, time division multiple access. In time division multiple access, we have to assign a specific time for an individual user. We have to assign a specific time for an individual user instead of frequency and code. Instead of frequency and code. Next, spread spectrum multiple access. Spread spectrum multiple access, it includes two types. It includes two types, that is code division multiple access, and one more type is what? There are two types. One is frequency hopping. One is frequency hopping, and second is code division multiple access. These are the two types comes under spread spectrum multiple access. In spread spectrum multiple access, it consists of two types. One is frequency hopping multiple access. Second is code division multiple access. Till now, frequency division multiple access, time division multiple access, and code division multiple access. You will ask the difference between these three, that is frequency division, time division, and code division. What is the difference? The specific frequency has to be allocated to the individual user instead of time and code. In time division multiple access, the specific time has to be allocated instead of frequency and code. And in the code division multiple access, the specific code is allocated, and instead of frequency and this time. That is spread spectrum multiple access. Space division multiple access. What is space? Space is nothing but that is we are launching the satellite in space. That is what space division multiple access. In that space division multiple access, we are going to access the signal through the satellite. We are going to access the signal through the satellite. We are living in Earth station and the satellite is in space. We are getting the signal through space, that is from the satellite. Okay, number of users, number of vehicles, number of army peoples, civilians, commercial, we are using that particular signal by using this space division multiple access. In space division multiple access, the main important thing is a satellite. A satellite is going to have a transponders. Satellite is having a transponder. What is the main function of this transponder present in that satellite is it has to receive the signal, amplify the signal, amplify the frequency and send it back to the earth station. That is the main device present in that satellite is transponder. The function of transponder is to receive the signal, changes its frequency, amplify it and send it back to the earth station, that is space division multiple axis. And last is orthogonal frequency division multiple axis. Orthogonal frequency division multiple axis. We are using this technique in 4G and for 5G also. Orthogonal frequency division multiple axis, and for 5G we are using MIMO, that is multiple input multiple output. For 5G we are using OFDMA, and for one more technique, that is MIMO, that is multiple input multiple output. These are some of the contents has to be published in unit number 3, that is frequency division. You have already studied these contents or the points in your diploma. Frequency division, time division, code division and space division. I think you are not studied in space division, that is OFDMA you can study. You start with the point number 1, that is frequency division multiple axis. I told you that is what is frequency division. The frequency has to be divided. The frequency has to be divided to the individual users. So this FDMA technique has to be used in 1G technique, first generation. This frequency division multiple axis or FDMA technique has to be used in 1G. So the speed of this is very less. We can't see any videos. We can't send any images. Just you have to send a messages and for a calling purposes. This is an analog signal. This is a analog technique, frequency division multiple axis. So these see the points. The frequency division multiple axis, it is a full form of FDMA. FDMA is division of a frequency band allocated for a wireless cellular telephone communication into the channels. Means what? In the previously we are using a Nokia set, that is 1G. Only analog signals will be present in that 1G. The specific channel has to be allocated. Through that specific channel, the frequency band is fixed. Frequency band is fixed for a specific channel. So that analog signal has to be converted into digital in a second generation. So accessing will be little bit increases. This FDMA technique can be used. It has to be used in a AMPS, that is advanced mobile phone system. Advanced mobile phone system, that is an analog system. You are using the Nokia set, that is analog signals, that is analog advanced mobile phone system. One more service it is going to give, that is digital advanced phone services using FDMA. It is going to add the other technique, that is TDMA. Other technique, that is TDMA. Addition of both FDMA and TDMA, the one more set has been launched, that is a combination of FDMA and TDMA, that is digital advanced mobile phone service, that is of second generation. In FDMA, the frequency band is fixed and channel is also fixed. The one channel is allocated to the individual users. The particular channel has to be allocated to the individual users. Whatever the channel is allocated, that is permanently allocated. The frequency band is allocated for individual user, that is permanently allocated for that frequency band to the individual user. That is what the concept of frequency division multiple axis. Each channel can be assigned to only one user at a time. Each channel can be assigned to only one user at a time. Means what? If the channel is present, he can access the network. If the channel is not available, he can't access the network. So that is what the problem comes in frequency division multiple access. How the diagram is looking in this for frequency division? You can see the graph. The graph is with respect to frequency versus time. Frequency with respect to the time. You have to divide the frequency for individual users. Different colors has been shown. That frequency has to be divided with respect to the frequency plot. With respect to the frequency plot, the specific band of frequency has to be allocated for this user. Specific band of frequency has to be allocated for this network. So that has to be decided in frequency division multiple access. What is the condition? The FDMA is a method that lets more than one user to share the single radio frequency. At that time, whatever the frequency band is allocated for a particular network, that frequency has to be used for many number of times, but the network is become busy. So as more number of users are going to use, you can't connect a particular network for a particular system. So this has to be, the technology is going to change from FDMA to TDMA, that is from analog to digital. And one more condition he has put, that is FDMA puts each call on a separate frequency. So in previously they are using a separate frequency band for individual users. Nowadays it is not like that. The frequency band goes on changing. It goes on changing when the request has been made. When the request has been made, the channel is also changes. For multiple calls, the multiple channels is going to assign. But in frequency division multiple access, the specific channel has to be allocated for an individual user. The specific frequency band has to be allocated for an individual user. Whenever the call has been made, the separate frequency has to be allocated. The frequency FDMA puts each call on a separate frequency. So this is what frequency division multiple access. You are going to see here, you are sending the signal, you start speaking, that signal is in baseband signal. What is baseband? Anyone can ask you the question, what is a baseband? Baseband is nothing but a original signal. There is no modulation. Baseband is nothing but what? A original signal. Baseband is nothing but a original signal. There is no modulation. Once a multiple number of signals are going to arrive, when a multiple number of signals are going to arrive, in between some of the blocks are going to present, the modulators. Second block is a modulator. Carrier frequency 1, that is F1, carrier frequency, that is F2, carrier frequency, that is F3. The signal is depending on the voice. If it is slow and if it is little bit fast and it is too fast, carrier frequency. So that is depending on the voice signal. So it has to be divided in 3 blocks, that is modulator 1, modulator 2, modulator 3. So carrier frequency 1 for voice signal 1, carrier frequency 2, that is voice signal 2, carrier frequency 3, that is for voice signal 3. Once it is crossed from the modulator, all the signals has to be reached at the summation. That is one more block, reached at the summation. All the signals has to be combined and will give the one output signal at the transmitter block, at the channel. Once the signal has been received, that signal has to be given to the next block, that is a filter. What is the actual function of filter? The filter function is to remove the unwanted signal. The filter function is to remove the unwanted signal or the noise present in that particular signal. That is the function of filter. The filter function is to filter out the unwanted signal, filter out the noise, which is coming from the signal. So once the filter has been done, whatever the signal that has to be received at the modulator, that is to be given to the demodulator. That signal has to be, received signal has to be given to the demodulator. What is action function of demodulator? The demodulator function is to get the original signal back at the receiver end. Is to get the original signal back at the receiver end. So whatever the input signal you have given, whatever the input signal you have given at the transmitter side, the same output signal has to be received at the receiver side. So this has to be done in a frequency division multiple access. Frequency division multiple access. In between the frequency bands, there is a guard band. There is a guard band is present. In between the frequency band, the name called as a guard band. What is the function of this guard band? It is like a security. Guard is nothing but what? Is, for example, it is like a security purpose. The main function of this guard band is to remove the overlapping of the signal. Is to remove the overlapping between the two signals. That function has to be done in this guard bands. The frequency has been divided. In between the frequencies, we are going to use a guard bands. In between the frequencies, we are going to use a guard bands. The function of this guard band is to avoid interference between the two signals. The operation of this guard band is to remove the interference between the two signals. So in between the two frequency bands, there are guard bands are present. You are seeing the many colors here. F1 is having one color, F2 is having different color, F3 is another, F4 is another. So we have divided the frequency bands. In between the frequency band, there are guard bands. In between F1 and F2, guard band is present. F2 and F3, guard band is there. F3 and F4, guard band is there. So this guard band is to avoid the interference between the two signals. So this guard band has been used in frequency division multiple access only. Next, what are the main features of this FDMA? What are the main features of FDMA? Frequency division multiple access. It is a continuous transmission. FDMA is a continuous transmission. It is not a discontinuous. Number of signals will be going continuously. Number of baud rates are given. It is continuous transmission, not a discontinuous. The bandwidth used is narrow bandwidth, not a wide band. Bandwidth is small, narrow is small, wide is large. It is a continuous. You have to write this main features of FDMA. The features of FDMA are: it is a continuous transmission. Second is a bandwidth is narrow, and it is a low overhead. A simple hardware can be used between the mobile and the base station. In the frequency division multiple access in FDMA, we are using a simple hardware for the conversion of signals, for strengthening the signal. We are using a simple hardware between the mobile station and the base station. In this simple hardware, no digital processing is needed, and you have to frame the particular signal and synchronize the particular signal. So what is for in between the mobile station and the base station, simple hardware can be used. So for that, no digital processing is required, and framing can be done easily, and there is a synchronization should be done. And one more main feature is that The FDMA technique can be used for both analog and digital. One more main feature for this is FDMA technique can be used for both analog and digital signals. And one more function for this is it is going to use high performing filters. It is going to use in a high performing filters. Why we are using high performing filters? Because the signal is very less. The strength of the signal is less. For the conversion of analog to digital signal, we require high performance filters. Butterworth filter, Chebyshev filter, Butterworth filter. These are some of the high performance filters we are using in this FDMA techniques. So FDMA requires high performance filters in the radio hardware in contrast to the TDMA and CDMA. Instead of using TDMA and CDMA techniques, we are using in FDMA, that is high performing filters can be used in this FDMA technique. And one more main feature is this, it is not caring of a timing. It is not caring of timing, but the caring should be taken place in TDMA technique. The caring has to be taken in TDMA technique, not in FDMA, because it is a continuous transmission. No timing is required. At any time the signal has to be transmitted. At any time the signal has to be transmitted. So FDMA is not vulnerable to the timing problems that FDMA has, that TDMA has. TDMA is a caring of time, but not FDMA is not caring of a timing. Whenever you are going to filter the frequencies, you are using a high performance filters. When we are using the high performance filters, there is no problem for a near far effects. There is no problem for a near far effects. This is one of the last main features comes under this FDMA. These are very, very important features comes in FDMA is that FDMA is a continuous transmission. It is using a narrow bandwidth. A simple hardware can be used between the mobile station and base station so that no digital processing is required, and framing is also done easily and synchronization also. This FDMA technique can be used for both analog and digital signals. For both analog and digital signals, for strengthening the signal at the receiver end, it has to use a high performance filters. It has to use the high performance filters. And one more main important feature for this FDMA is it is not caring of any time, but TDMA is caring of the time. We are using the frequency filtering. Why? Because using frequency filtering, we are going to divide the frequency. We are going to divide the frequency. We are going to divide the particular channel to the individual user. So there is no problem for near far effects. These are the main features comes under FDMA. FDMA. Channel assignment. How they are going to assign particular channel. How they are going to assign a particular channel. For example, there is a queue. There is a queue. A lengthy queue is there. Number of users are going to access the network. But who is the first? The first requesting user. That channel has to be allocated to the first person. Means what? First come, first serve basis. First come, first serve basis can be assigned in this channel assignment strategy. Channel can be assigned to the particular user based on first come, first serve basis. All channels in a cell are available to all the mobiles. All the channels in a cell are available to all the mobiles, but number of channels available for an individual cell are very less. The channels available for individual cells are very less because this is a first generation technique. FDMA can be used in first generation. So whatever the channels are available in a particular cell are very less. So what they have done, they are going for a borrowing technique. They are going for a borrowing technique. Means what? If a particular cell is having a 6 channels, all the 6 channels are already assigned to the user, but if the neighboring cell is one channel is free, in the neighboring cell the one channel is free, that channel has to be allocated to the requesting user. Once the call has been over, that channel has to be returned back to the particular cell. This technique has to be used in this frequency division multiple access. This technique has to be used in frequency division multiple access. So the channel has to be allocated to the first come first serve basis. First come first serve basis. And the spectrum, whatever the channels is available, whatever the channels are available, that channels has to be given to the particular frequency spectrum that has to be assigned by B of T. Depends on the different modulation technique: amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation. And this guard bands, I told you, this guard band is to be used to avoid the interference or to minimize the adjacent channel interference. Adjacent is nothing but side by side. Adjacent is nothing but what? Side by side interference. This is what we are using the channel assignment technique. What are the advantages of this FDMA? The main advantages of FDMA are, if channel is not in use, it sits idle. Means what? If a cell is having 6 channels, if a cell is having 6 channels, 5 channels are allocated, one channel is free. That channel is available at a free only. That is the function of FDMA. I already told you the bandwidth of this FDMA is narrow, that is near about 30 kilohertz. Bandwidth of FDMA is 30 kilohertz. Simple algorithms can be used for hardware purposes for the conversion of analog to digital. The capacity increases, reducing the information bitrate and using the digital code. No timing is required. I told you there is no timing is required. So no need for a network timing for this FDMA technique. Next advantage, no restriction regarding the type of baseband or a type of modulation. So type of modulation we are using, different types of modulation can be already used in this FDMA technique. So there is no modulation for this FDMA technique. These are the advantages comes under this FDMA. And the disadvantage is what? The presence of guard band. Why it is a disadvantage? Due to this presence of guard band, it takes a delay. It takes a delay between the two signals. So to avoid this guard bands, we can use for different techniques. So one more disadvantage is we require high performance filters. We require high performance filters to minimize the adjacent channel interference. The cost of this high performance filters that is previously is very high. So that is one of the disadvantages he has mentioned here. Requires high performance RF filters to minimize adjacent channel interference. Maximum bitrate per channel is fixed. So why it is disadvantages? The bitrate for individual channel must be variable. If it is fixed, so it will get little bit problem for getting the channel. So maximum bitrate per channel is fixed. That is one of the disadvantages. So next, does not differ significantly from analog system. This analog system can be going to get some of the disturbance in between the signal That is what the disadvantage. The main disadvantage for this FDMA technique is presence of guard bands due to delay and using high performance RF filters. These are the main two disadvantages comes under this FDMA technique. Okay, this is a first technique we have used, that is FDMA. FDMA, I will tell you again, I will explain you again, that is FDMA is a frequency division multiple access. This frequency division multiple access technique can be used in first generation. Okay, that is in the first generation we are using advanced mobile phone service. We are using advanced mobile phone service. In FDMA technique, the frequency division has to be allocated and each channel has to be allocated to the individual user. Each channel has to be allocated to the individual user. And in FDMA technique, we are going to use a board guard bands. We are going to use the guard bands. These guard band function is to avoid interference between the two signals or to minimize the interference between the adjacent signal. Okay. Whenever you are going to make a call, that call has to be put in a separate frequency band. That has to be put in a separate frequency band. So this is one of the example I have given how this is frequency division has to be taken place. The guard band function in between the frequency bands, there are a number of guard band functions has to be taken place. The main features of this FDMA is it is a continuous transmission, it is not a discontinuous. TDMA is discontinuous because TDMA is zeros and ones. Zeros and ones. It is a digital TDMA. FDMA is analog. So this is a sinusoidal waveform. It is a continuous transmission. Narrow bandwidth can be used in FDMA, but wide band can be used in bandwidth can be used in TDMA. That is only the difference. Simple hardware is required between the mobile station and base station. That is one of the main features. High performance filters can be used to remove the unwanted signal or undesired signal. And it is not carrying of any time in FDMA as a TDMA is required a timing functionality. These are the main features. In channel assignment, how they are going to assign a particular channel. The channel is going to assign on a first come, first serve basis. The channel is going to assign on first come, first serve basis. So in between the two channels or in between the two frequency bands, there is a guard band. Advantages: if the channel is not in use, it sits idle. Channel bandwidth he has given is 30 kilohertz. Bandwidth of particular channel is 30 kilohertz. No timing is required. That is one of the advantages. Disadvantages: the presence of guard bands. Main disadvantages is the presence of guard bands between the two frequency band. Presence of guard band between the two frequency band. That is the main disadvantages. And one more disadvantage: we require high performance RF filters. That is radio frequency filters. Require high performance radio frequency filters to minimize adjacent channel interference. So this is what first